What I'm going to share with you in this video is how we have generated over 1 billion views in the past couple of years from our own Facebook pages, client pages, and partnerships that we have built over time. So far this year, we are about to surpass over 200 million views across multiple Facebook pages that we have built and worked on in the past couple of months. So trust me when I say that I know a little bit about going viral on Facebook and what works, what doesn't work. That's exactly what you'll learn in this video. So if you're a content creator or YouTuber and you're looking to make more money or get more views on Facebook, this is probably gonna be one of the most valuable videos that you'll watch. Not only am I gonna share with you everything that I have learned over the past couple of years to help you get more views and make more money, but I'm also gonna tell you what to expect and how you can approach Facebook monetization in 2024 and beyond. With that said, let's jump into the training. All right, so here's everything that I've learned from 1 billion views on Facebook. And honestly, it's been a lot of experience, a lot of trial and error from running multiple Facebook pages, my own Facebook pages that I've sold in the past, working with huge clients that have millions of views on Facebook and millions of followers as well. And, influencers and building Facebook pages for clients. So pretty much this is everything that I've been able to gather from over a decade on Facebook so far. Now, I haven't been monetized on Facebook for over a decade. Monetization tools, Facebook is something that just recently came out a couple of years ago. So it's not like, it's like on YouTube where monetization was something that's been going on for almost 20 years now. But on Facebook, it's fairly recent. So what we learned from running dozens and dozens of experiments with different formats across hundreds of different niches and categories. And this is what I want to show you guys because I believe this training can really help you. So let's start with the evolution of the Facebook algorithm. Because before we jump into what's working now, we have to understand what was working before. And because I've seen a lot of different content creators complain about, well, I'm not getting enough reach and this is really not working as I wanted to. And this is really not working for me because I'm not getting the same amount of views as 3 years ago. And things change. The algorithm changed, meta changes, Facebook makes changes pretty much every 6 months. And the one thing we have to understand as content creators is that we don't own these platforms. It's rented land. So you make money from these assets while you can, but if something changes, you simply have to learn to adapt to these changes because honestly, there's not a lot that you can do other than building your brand in a way that is diversified across multiple platforms. This is why I spent over the past couple of years building my own YouTube channel, even though I have assets and Facebook pages that make me money because I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe in 2 years, Facebook decides, hey, we're not going to monetize videos anymore. We're not going to do video monetization anymore, which I doubt is going to happen because it's a big money maker. But you have to be willing to accept changes and you have to adapt to these changes. Complaining is not going to solve anything. So let's talk about the early days. Initially, Facebook's algorithm was a chronological order, meaning that, they were showing posts in the order that they were published. And this meant that content reach was heavily dependent on the time of posting. So essentially, you were posting on Facebook and you would get to see during that time, when you post stuff on Facebook, your friends, your followers would see it depending on whether they were browsing on Facebook, and they would show them the post based on that chronological order. Now, this was easier times, but as the platform grew and millions and millions of people started using Facebook on a daily basis, they had to apply an algorithm, and of course, things started to change. So today, the algorithm prioritizes meaningful interactions, focusing on content that sparks conversations and retains user engagement. This includes metrics like comments, shares, and time spent on posts. So essentially, the algorithm decides who to show our posts to depending on different factors that we're gonna cover in this video training. And this is one of the things that we have to understand. The algorithm is essentially, everything is managed by the algorithms. On Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, they all have different algorithms, but you don't have to create content for the algorithm. You just have to understand how it works, and you have to apply the things that will increase your chances of going viral and hopefully taking advantage of the algorithm to grow your page or make more money. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to follow every single little change that is applied by the algorithm. And content creators that I talk to every single week are so focused on whether the algorithm has changed. Why am I getting more views last month than this month? Why my reach in the past 48 hours has massively dropped? And essentially, things can change overnight, and you have to adapt. And like I said, when things change, you have to look back at the data and just use your logic and see, okay, what changed? What can I improve? Am I getting the same amount of views? Am I not getting? Did I change something in my content? So you have to understand essentially data and then make changes based on that data. That's the biggest difference between, these people that are spreading misinformation and essentially saying that, oh, this doesn't work, and doing this and doing that. And that's the biggest difference, because what I've noticed is that there's a lot of people who are talking and they don't have a clue what they're talking about, mainly because they don't have access to data. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to run massive Facebook pages, get millions and millions and millions of views on Facebook, and see across multiple data points what works and what doesn't work. And that's what I'm going to bring you to you guys in this video presentation, because I want to give you the actual data of what's working on Facebook. So major updates. In 2018, Facebook shifted its focus to prioritize content from friends and family over public pages, significantly reducing organic reach for many pages. And this update emphasized the need for high quality engaging content. So basically, if you had a Facebook profile, you would see more content from your friends and your family essentially that you had on Facebook than from Facebook pages that you follow. That's because this is why some Facebook pages have now two different features. You have the like feature and you have the follow feature. So in most cases, when you really want to see content from a Facebook page, you might see that some people have like and follow a Facebook page, and so they're more likely to get more of their content more often than essentially by just following the page. So you have to adapt to these changes, and there's really nothing that we can do other than improve the content, understand how the algorithm works, and make changes to how we create the content for the platform. So these changes force creators to adapt by producing content that not only grabs attention but also encourages interactions and prolonged viewers. So what this means is that we essentially shifted from just posting anything that could go viral to now you really have to understand what makes a video go viral. Are you using the right hooks? Do you have the right storytelling within your video? Do you understand how to maintain retention and watch time on your videos? So these things play a crucial role right now when it comes to getting lots and lots of views on Facebook. So the current algorithm considers content relevance, authenticity signals, user engagement, and time spent on content. It favors posts that generate meaningful interactions. So essentially, the better your content, the more targeted your audience, and the better your hooks and how you basically create the content for that audience, the more chances you have of going viral. So what makes a video go viral? Well, the first thing is using hooks. Capturing attention within the first 3 seconds is crucial to prevent viewers from scrolling past your video. The hook determines whether viewers will stay and watch. Some examples are if you start a hook or start a video with a surprising fact, an intriguing question, or a compelling visual to hook viewers. For example, did you know that? Or imagine this. These type of hooks will get people to watch the first couple of seconds, but if you get them within the first 3 seconds, that's a good indicator that they'll watch the entire video. Now, when it comes to YouTube, it's all about thumbnails. The better your thumbnails, the more likely people are to click on it and watch the video. But on Facebook, thumbnails don't really play that major role. So you have to focus more on the content itself of the video, and specifically the hook of your video if you want them to watch. And if you get a lot of people to be hooked for the first 30 seconds, perhaps the first 45 seconds of a 3-minute video, that is more likely to go viral because now you have higher retention and higher watch time. So another aspect of what makes a video go viral are strong emotions. And this really depends on the type of videos you're making, your niche, the category of your videos, topics, and all that. But videos that evoke strong emotions like joy, surprise, or anger are more likely to be shared. Emotional content connects with viewers on a personal level. How many times have you seen videos on Facebook that are dash cam footage, accidents, events that happen, tragic events that happen that are being described from real life events? Those things tend to get a lot of views because they trigger emotions. And so if you're able to trigger emotions on your videos on Facebook, you're gonna get a lot of views because those tend to be shared a lot from within the Facebook ecosystem. So use storytelling techniques to create an emotional connection with your audience. Sure, personal, relatable stories that evoke empathy or inspiration. And this is something that I typically like to do depending on the type of video that we're publishing. But usually this is gonna be, for example, if you're doing interview videos and someone is telling a really sad story, something that can be relatable, things like that will hook people into watching the video, and they're gonna make that audience more likely to share the video when they're done watching. So if you're able to evoke empathy or inspiration, you have a lot of different videos on Facebook with millions of views of inspirational stories from people who have massive success, who came from nothing, or stories from actors and people, entrepreneurs who made a lot of money. So those tend to be very viral on Facebook because they are inspiring to a lot of people and they're so easy to share. Lastly, this kind of makes sense. We all want to create shareable content, but content that is relatable, entertaining, or informative is more likely to be shared. Viewers are inclined to share content that resonates with them or provides value. This means if you can make your content to be shareable, you can also do this by adding some call to actions within your video as well. But you want to make sure that the content is something that people are compelled to share with their friends and family because they learn something, they're entertained, or perhaps they're inspired by the video. So you want to make sure you include that as shareable aspect of your videos because that's how you go viral. Okay, so the importance of watch time and retention. These are two metrics that are really, really important when it comes to making sure that your page is promoted, that you get more reach, that your videos get recommended, because the number one way to go viral on Facebook is your videos getting recommended. If your videos are not being recommended, you're not going to hit massive numbers of views, because basically if the videos are only being promoted to your followers, then that means that you either have a lot of followers where you can get a lot of views from within your audience, but most cases 98% of videos that go viral and get a lot of views, they're being recommended by the algorithm and just pushed to massive audiences. So the two metrics that help you do that are watch time and retention. So let's talk about those. So Facebook's algorithm favors videos that are watched for longer periods. Higher watch time indicates that the content is engaging and valuable. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that you have to make extremely long videos to get more watch time, but if you do make longer videos, and let's say you make a 5-minute video, but you're only getting a average watch time of 30 seconds, that's really bad. That's not gonna help you get recommended by the algorithm. So you wanna make videos that are being watched at least, let's say that if you have a 3-minute video, if you can get a 45-second or 56-second average watch time, I would consider that to be good, because on Facebook it's so easy to scroll away from videos to the next video. It's like you're navigating on TikTok or Instagram or any other place. People can easily just continue to browse on the app and just go to the next video. So you really have to hook them in to watch the entire video. So if you make the video too long, people are gonna get bored and essentially they are going to move away to the next video. So you have to understand that making the videos longer is not a solution to getting more watch time. It has to be a balance depending on the topic of your video. So let's say you have a vlog page or you make videos about, your life or stuff like that, and you're telling a story. If you're telling a story, you need to tell the story in a way that is essentially very interesting to the audience, and you might need to make that video maybe 5-8 minutes long because the story requires that setup and it requires you to tell all the different pieces to put that story together. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to make the video 25 minutes long. So there has to be a balance, and you have to find out what is the balance, what is the sweet spot for your videos so they're not too long or too short. And the best way to do that, of course, is by testing. We test so many things when it comes to Facebook pages because every single Facebook page is different. Every topic is different. There's not a specific fit for all, because essentially every types of video requires different types of formatting or different types of hooks and different types of setups. So you have to test for your own Facebook page to see what's working. Doing the same thing over and over again and not doing experiments and testing can cost you a lot of money. That's because you're not willing to go outside of your comfort zone and try, maybe I can try a longer video. Maybe I can, if I'm used to making, let's say that I'm used to making 3-minute videos and I make 5 videos that are 20 minutes long. Let's just see what happens. Let's see if those videos flop. Let's see if those videos get less views, are promoted less to our audience, and kind of see. If you see that 20 minutes is way too long, now you know that you can't make them 20 minutes. So you might have to try 10 minutes and see what happens. But you have to be willing to experiment, because if you don't experiment, you're not going to find out what works. And one of the key things about watch time is that you have to know how to create good intros. You have to maintain a fast pace and incorporate storytelling to keep viewers watching. So for example, showing high stakes moments from the video at the beginning to create an expectation of what's about to come. So that means you take the best moments from your video, you put it at the beginning of your video, and hopefully that's going to be enough for people to want to find out more and continue to watch the video until they get to that point, because essentially you have opened a door for them to start watching the video and hopefully continue to watch the video to the end. That's why intros and maintaining a fast pace on Facebook is really important. So retention rates, what exactly are retention rates? What should you be focusing on when it comes to retention rates? I would say identify where viewers lose interest by analyzing retention graphs. Address these points by improving content flow or adding engaging elements. So retention is you not losing the people halfway your video, or perhaps you added something to the video that people really didn't like and they just decided to just scroll away. So make sure that you can, every single time you post a video, give it a few days, give it 7 days, go back to those videos and check how long those people were watching, what was the retention, what was the drop-off point, why people stopped watching at a specific minute or a specific second. And that's gonna give you some feedback and some ideas on how you can improve that over time. So ways to make those better, to make the retention better, is by using cliffhangers, teasers, and ensure content remains relevant and engaging throughout the video. So for instance, removing dead space from videos. Dead space is things that are not adding to the video, that are just there to make the video longer. So what I mean by that is, let's say that you do, keeping the exact same examples of street interviews, instead of walking to people and asking them, hey, can I ask you a question? Just show the actual interview already and people answering that question, instead of you going and walking to the person and asking those questions, because honestly, that is dead space within the video. That might work better in other platforms, but when it comes to Facebook, it is best to just remove this dead spaces from your video, so it's fast paced and people just stay on your video the entire time because you're moving from one thing to the other. So just keep that in mind. Dead space is something that you need to be removing from your videos. And what would you consider to be dead space? Is nothing that doesn't add value to the video, or something that is there as a filler to the video that is not necessarily related to the title of the video. That's what I would consider a dead space. So bonus tip, experiment, try different formats and styles to see what resonates with your audience, and analyze performance data to refine your content strategy. So like I said, the key to being successful on Facebook is being willing to experiment, trying different formats, different types of videos, different lengths of videos. So making the videos shorter, longer, essentially trying different formats of styles of videos within your own niche. So it could be that maybe instead of you, let's say that you're doing animal videos, you have an animal page or a pet page, for example, and you're always uploading content about your pet, doing the same thing, maybe doing a different type of content might, bring you a different type of viewer. So this is what I mean by experimenting. You have to be willing to try different things and not just stick to the things that you're doing, because those tend to get boring really, really quickly. So you might have a winning format for 6 months, but once you have made enough of those videos, then people might start not watching those videos, or might actually skip your videos because they have seen the same format over and over again. So you have to be constantly reinventing yourself to make sure you are attracting new viewers while keeping your existing audience engaged. And this is something that is essentially done by the biggest content creator on the planet, Mr. Beast, where he says and he specifies that he doesn't stick to one format for more than a couple of months, because once he does that format, people get bored of that very quickly. So they just move to something else, different challenges, different types of videos, because he always wants to bring something different. So if you have a Facebook page where you're posting the same thing over and over again, and you've been doing that for over a year, and then you go and say, I'm not getting the same amount of views that I was getting last year. Well, this is your chance to experiment. This is why you need to be constantly trying different formats and trying out different things to find out what's the new thing that could be working for your page, and how do you attract new viewers that are going to watch your stuff while at the same time keeping those same followers that were watching your stuff from the year before. So experimenting, it's one of those things that you have to do constantly. So storytelling in videos is something that we have done not a lot with, because it really depends on the niche, depends on the topic of the videos, but we have done this multiple times with other content creators that have very different types of content that requires a storytelling in place. Like, let's say documentary pages where people just post stories about events that happen, or stories from motivational stories, and those are storytelling videos. So you have to know how to incorporate storytelling within your videos, because if you're not doing it right, people are not gonna watch. So we want them to watch, and so incorporating storytelling within your videos, depending on the type of content you make, could be very beneficial. So stories create a personal connection with viewers, making content more memorable, and they help convey messages in an engaging and relatable way. So they ensure your videos have a clear beginning, middle, and end, and a well-structured narrative keeps viewers engaged and helps them follow along easily. So if you incorporate storytelling within your videos, and like I said, this all depends on the type of content you make, it would make sense to incorporate a storytelling aspect. And what I mean by that is, it doesn't really matter what type of content you make, you can always make the process of having a structure for your video that is basically telling a story. So it means that you need to have a hook, it needs to have an intro, it needs to have a middle, it needs to have a point of interest. And what I mean by that is something that happened within that video that is the highest point of the video that people would be the most interested in. And then it needs to have that ending that is satisfying for the viewer. That's what I mean by storytelling within your video, is having a structure for your videos. You can also include relatable characters, like use characters in situations that your audience can identify with. This makes your content more appealing and engaging. Let's say if you're trying to appeal to a younger audience, then make sure that you create content or incorporate elements within your video that would be known or a younger audience might identify with. So it's all depending on the type of topics and videos that you cover within your page. Personal stories is something else. And I've seen this many different Facebook pages that I've worked with, where personal stories and interviews and podcasts, things like that, where personal stories are added to the video. And usually those personal stories that are relatable to a lot of people, or are inspiring or generate empathy, those type of videos, those type of stories will get a lot of views. So if you can incorporate that, even if you're having, like, let's say you have a podcast, for example, and you're telling stories that could be something that is very relatable to a lot of people, that is something that could go viral on Facebook. So sharing your experiences or those of others that can make your content more relatable and impactful are gonna make a huge difference when it comes to whether your videos are gonna be more shareable within the Facebook ecosystem, which is what you want. Because if you're posting videos and you want people to share your videos, the more relatable your stories and the more relatable your characters within the video, the more people that are gonna be willing to share those videos with their friends and family. So use elements that evoke feelings of joy, sadness, surprise, or curiosity. Basically using music, visuals, and pacing to amplify the emotional impact of your stories. So for example, background, the right music in the background can enhance the mood of pacing of the video while building suspense. So depending on the moment of the video, the story being told, you can use elements, viral elements like music, special effects, and special sound effects to improve the video even more and basically drive home the point of this is an amazing story that people need to watch. So frequency of posting, and I get this question so much on my Instagram from people asking me the same thing. How much should I be posting? Is posting once a week good enough? Should I be posting more than 3 times a day? What we notice, and what I personally noticed by working in so many different Facebook pages, is that posting frequency is something that is really important on Facebook. And the big if is it depends on the size of your audience as well, because you don't want to post 20 times a day with 1,000 followers, because you're barely getting any reach, barely getting any engagement. So there has to be like a balance, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. So regular posting, consistency keeps your audience engaged and signals to the algorithm that you're an active creator. A consistent posting schedule helps build a loyal audience. So if you have a posting schedule that you're used to posting once a week on one platform, on Facebook, that's not going to cut it. Especially if you want to grow extremely fast, get a lot of views, you need to post maybe at least 3 to 4 times per week on Facebook. Now, the difference is on Facebook, the frequency of posting is very easy to follow. And that's because Facebook has different tools that allow you to not only schedule your content, but also at the same time, you don't have to post the same type of content like every single day. So for example, if you only make one video per week, that one video can be split into multiple little clips that you can post on Facebook. You can also post behind the scene photos. You can also post, text posts, text updates, and essentially you can diversify and increase the volume of posts you're doing on Facebook and the frequency, because you have so many options when it comes to posting. Not just videos, not just reels, but we're talking about photos and text, and every once in a while, if you like doing live videos, you can also do that. So you must maintain a high frequency of posting on Facebook if you want to grow. I have not seen a single Facebook page that gets over 1 million views a month. Let's just keep it at that number. Over 1 million views a month that is not posting at least once a day. I've not seen that. So if you want to grow, if you want to get views, you have to post daily. If you can't post daily, diversify the type of posts you're doing by including photos, by including text, and all the ways that you can increase that frequency. So develop a content calendar to plan and schedule your posts. This helps ensure regular posting and allows you to plan content around key dates and events. So always have content schedule on your page. There's no excuse for not having a high frequency of posting, because you can schedule your posts. And so you want to make sure that you have something within your Facebook page that it's always relatable to your audience. You want to make sure that you have a calendar that is full with different posts, whether it's photos, text, videos, reels throughout the week, that is consistent with your audience, meaning that it's related to your audience. You're not just posting anything, any memes, because I've seen this from other content creators out there, just downloading stuff from the web because they don't know what to post. They just take stuff from other pages and Google and all these places to just fill up their posting frequency, but that's not really helping the page because you're just posting anything. So you want to make sure that is original content, but at the same time that is related to the topic or category of your content, so it promotes your content even more. So you must find a balance. Finding a balance means you have to post depending on the niche. Like I said, it just comes down to every single Facebook page is different depending on the niche. A balance between quality and quantity to maintain high audience interest. So that means that on some pages, you might be able to get away with posting 4, 5, 6 times a day, while in other pages, maybe you can only post once a day, or maybe you can only post 5 times per week because you don't need to post that much. So it really depends on the type of page, but you need to find that balance for your Facebook page. And it comes down to experimenting even more. So that's what I'm saying, like experimenting is one of those things that you have to be constantly doing on your Facebook page. And what I mean by that is, let's say that this month you're saying, you know what, I'm gonna post 3 times a day this month, and I'm gonna see what happens. I'm just gonna stick to that. I'm gonna post a photo, a reel, and a video every single day, 3 times a day for the next month. And then you gather that data and you compare that data to maybe last year's and see whether you got the same amount of views, whether you got the same reach, whether you made more money or not. And essentially that's gonna tell you, you know what, I didn't really make that much of a difference when it comes to getting more views and more money. So I don't really need to post 3 times a day. So the only way for you to know that is by testing. So you need to find your balance in order to know what works for your page. So analyze your audience engagement patterns to determine the best posting frequency. Use insights from analytics to find a posting schedule that works best for your audience. And incorporate all types of posts, photos, text, reels, lives, to maintain a high posting frequency. There's no excuse whatsoever why you shouldn't have a high posting frequency on your page. There's no excuse why your page should be dead, essentially, Facebook pages with no posts in 3 months. There's no excuse. If you want to keep that audience going, if you want to continue to grow that Facebook page, you must post and maintain that posting frequency by using a combination of photos, text, reels, live videos, and all that. If you don't care about the page and you simply want to move on to something else, then I understand. But if you want to build a Facebook page long term to be able to make more money, then you have to maintain that posting frequency. You wouldn't believe how many times I get messages on Instagram from people saying, you know, I have this Facebook page that I started building like 7 months ago and I wasn't getting that many followers, I wasn't getting that many views, so I decided it's not worth it. I'm not gonna post anymore. And then they want to find out how to revive that page again and get it to the big numbers. And now it's, 6 months of not posting anything to starting to post. That's gonna take a long time to build up to regular numbers, to be able to grow to that next level, because that audience audience has been essentially forgotten your content, and you have to essentially start from scratch. So sometimes it's just better to start a brand new page from scratch, unless it's a Facebook page with over 100,000 followers that you stop posting for 6 months and you're trying to grow that page to the same numbers as before. That might take some time, but it could be worth it. So let's talk about reposts and collaborations to boost views. Now, this is one of the most underused features that Facebook has, and it's one of the most powerful features that Facebook has as well. And that's because out of all the views that we have gotten over the past couple of years, that millions and millions of views, I would say maybe 50% of those views came from reposting. And repost is a feature that Facebook has available to pretty much everyone with a Facebook page. And it allows you to repost a photo, repost a video, to create a new post with that video, to essentially publish that video again on your page. Now, the benefit with this is that if you have hit viral videos in the past, let's say you hit a viral video today, and 3 months from now you decide that you want to repost that same video, you can do that without having to re-upload the video. And this is something that you can't do on other platforms. Like on YouTube, for example, if this video that I'm making right now, I decide that, you know what, I'm gonna re-upload this video in 3 months, the exact same video. I'm not gonna change the title, I'm not gonna change the description, tags or anything, thumbnail. I'm not changing anything about the video. I'm just going to re-upload the same video. The first thing that's gonna happen is people are gonna say, hey, you uploaded the video a couple months ago, and people are gonna notice. Second thing is YouTube doesn't like it. YouTube is not going to allow you to re-upload the same video again twice and make money from that video twice. It's not happening. But on Facebook, this is the only place where you can do this. The repost feature allows you to re-upload that video without having to re-upload it, by the way. You just take the existing video from your library and just create a new post with that video. Not only does it allow you to get more views from the same video, but at the same time, you continue to make money from that video, from those new views that are coming into that video. And the benefit of this is if you have viral videos that every time you repost, they get 100,000 views, that's a guarantee 100,000 views you get on that video every single time you repost. So this allows you to build a library of videos that you know that every single time you repost those videos, you will make money. And that's the main benefit of this feature that, like I said, a lot of content creators don't have a clue that it exists. They don't know how to use it. And essentially they're just wasting their time and losing money by not using this feature. And the way that we use reposts on Facebook pages is that we repost top performing content that can help reach new audiences and increase your chances of virality. So that means that if we find a video that is doing really well, we put that video in a specific Excel sheet. We keep track of how that video is performing. And then a few weeks later, or perhaps a couple of months later, we'll take that video and repost it. And this has been able to generate millions and millions of views across dozens of niches and help get millions of views, but also make a ton of money from those videos as well. So it allows you to monetize content multiple times, and if necessary, update titles and descriptions, and you can add new insights or angles when reposting. This can bring a new, fresh opportunity to underperforming videos. And this is also something that you can experiment with. The repost method, or the repost feature, allows you to take a video that has flopped and it didn't get a lot of views, and then you take that video and you repost it, change the title, description, and maybe that video goes viral the second time. We have seen this happen multiple times. So this repost feature is so valuable, and I really hope that Facebook really never takes it away, because it's a money printing machine if you know how to use it properly. So I would say if you have videos on Facebook right now that are not getting that many views, let's say you posted that video and on average you tend to get 10,000 views per video, but you uploaded this video and it only got 1,000 views. Well, if you repost that video, maybe 3 months from now, you change the title, description, and you repost that video, you have now a new opportunity to go viral. So this is why the repost feature is so valuable. Now, the next thing that a lot of content creators are not using properly is collaborations. And collaborations is a feature that allows you to use other people's audiences to promote your videos and your content. And I built a tool. I have a tool called Linkora, and you can check it out. If you guys go to the description of this video, is a tool that you can reach out to other content creators who want to do collaborations. So essentially you can work with them to promote your videos and get you more reach and more views. But collaborations is essentially tapping into to other people's audiences. So you can use the collaborator feature that Facebook provides when you're uploading a video, and you can tag another collaborator, and what happens is the video shows up in two different places at the same time. So if someone else has a Facebook page, let's say you have a Facebook page about fishing, and you have found another content creator that also uploads content about fishing, well, you can do a collaboration video, and essentially you can tag them, and your video is going to show up on their Facebook page, and that's going to help you bring a lot of those viewers to your page. So you get discovered by new people by just doing these collaborations. That's how collaborations work. So there's different types of collaborations that you can do, like guest appearances, co-created content, mutual shout outs are effective collaboration methods. So for example, co-creating a video with another influencer can bring new viewers to both parties. So reaching out to content creators in your niche and saying, hey, would you like to collaborate on a video? And we can help each other out. Maybe, if you have 100,000 views, I have 100,000 views. We can both benefit, grow our audiences, and I'm also gonna help you get more views. And by the way, like I said, there's a tool for that I built because I've been doing this for a very long time, and so I was doing this manually. I was reaching out to people inside Facebook groups, reaching out via DMs, saying, hey, would you like to do a collaboration? And you really never knew who wanted to do a collaboration or not. A lot of people would say no, other people were willing, and so they're willing to do it in exchange for payment. So I wanted to build something that would allow you to reach out to these people and say, hey, you know what, you want to do a collaboration? Yes, free, paid, and we can talk and come up with some sort of deal where we can do the collaboration and both benefit. So that's what the tool is about. Like I said, I'm gonna put the link in the description below. Now, one question that I get a lot is referring to Reels. Reposting Reels. How do I repost Reels? Because right now Reels don't have the option to be reposted. So the best way to do it is by just deleting your Reels from the Facebook page and just re-uploading those Reels again. Now, we have done this in the past and it works. It works fine. We don't get violations. We get the same amount of views and essentially helps the page grow. So if you are only posting Reels and you have several Reels that are doing really well, getting millions of views, typically those Reels will die after a couple of weeks. So that means that, you're probably not gonna get the same amount of views every single day. So after a couple of weeks, they stop getting views. And so instead of just hoping that the next Reel will go viral, you can delete that Reel, re-upload it, and essentially have another shot of going viral again, bringing more people and getting more views. Repost Reels, you can't do it right now from the Meta Business Suite or anything like that. The best way to do it is delete it and re-upload it. Let's talk about targeting the right audiences, because this is one of the biggest things that I see with some content creators. I get a lot of people reaching out to me on a daily and weekly basis. I really don't mind answering people's questions because, like I said, a lot of you guys who watch my channel for Facebook content and educational stuff like this want to find out how to improve your content, make more money and all that stuff. I get it. So I don't get mad when I get a lot of you guys asking me the questions, but some of these stuff you have to consider that when you're essentially not getting the same amount of views that you were getting before, or your reach has dropped, there's always an underlying issue that you probably have not spotted yet. You have to be willing and able to dive deep into your analytics and find out what's actually causing this, what's changing, and just study your analytics and allow the data to tell you what's wrong so you can experiment and try to fix it. And one of the biggest things that I've noticed is that a lot of Facebook pages that have been grown organically, initially they don't have the right type of audiences. Even in running Facebook ads, by the way, a lot of people run Facebook ads the wrong way, meaning that they will target everyone, hoping that the more followers they have, the more people are gonna watch. And that's not how it works. Essentially, you wanna get targeted data, targeted followers for your page that are gonna really willing to watch your stuff, watch your videos, and engage with your page, because that's the real type of followers that you want. You wanna get targeted followers. So targeting the right audiences for your page is crucial. And you can do that with your content, you can do that with ads, and you can also do that by doing collaborations with the right type of content creators in the same niche. So gather data on your audience demographics, interests, and behaviors. Use this information to create content that appeals to them. So using Facebook Insights and analytics tools for detailed audience information, these tools provide valuable insights into who your audience is and what they engage with. So what I mean by that is there's a lot of Facebook pages out there that they have a lot of followers that they have built over time, but the type of content they post, it's so irrelevant to the audiences, meaning that they will just post anything and a video or a post will go viral. It will bring 20,000 new followers to the page that have nothing to do with the actual niche of the page. and then they wonder why they're not getting views on their videos. What I mean by that is that I've seen general Facebook pages that were built in one niche, but they're posting content in a whole different language, or they're posting videos that are not related to the actual niche of the page, or they're sharing memes and uploading photos that have nothing to do with the actual topic of the page. Essentially, for every 14 posts, they'll get like 3 viral hits, and those 3 hits are not connected to the actual topic of the page or even related to each other. And so you get a bunch of different random people from all over the world following your page, and then you try to post a video and no one's interested in that video because they follow you because of a whole different post that have nothing to do with that video. And so this is how, by not having targeted audiences, you're essentially killing your own reach and killing your views. The more you understand how to target the right people for your Facebook page and how to maintain that frequency with that connection with the topic of your videos, the more views you're gonna get. And so if you're not doing this right, essentially by not targeting the right people, your reach is gonna drop over time because you're just getting a bunch of random followers that have nothing to do with the niche of your page. So creating relevant content, this means post only relevant content that meets the needs and interests of your target audience. Personalized content is more likely to engage viewers. Focus on niche audiences to build a loyal and engaged community. Niche targeting helps create a dedicated following, and do not deviate from your niche. So if you're posting, let's say, keeping that example of a fishing page, if you have a fishing page, but you're posting stuff about Jeeps or off-roading, or you're posting stuff about, relationships, but you have a fishing page, those are not connected. There's no connection between those 2 types of topics. So you only should be posting about the topics that are related to your niche, especially at the beginning while trying to grow a Facebook page, especially when you're getting your first few thousand followers. Whether it's Facebook ads or organic, it has to be relatable content. So let's talk about optimizing videos with titles and description. Compelling titles is one of those things that are gonna make a difference when it comes to whether your video is gonna perform or not. So use keyword-rich titles that attract viewers and spark curiosity. A good title can significantly impact a video's click-through rate. Like I said, on Facebook, thumbnails are not really a thing, but having a great title does help. And having a great hook will definitely improve your chances of going viral. But titles have to be related to the topic of your video, but at the same time, they can't really tell that much. They have to be short, they have to be to the point, and they have to create enough of a necessity to watch that video because the title is so intriguing. That's the whole power of titles. So keep titles concise, use power words, and include a hook. For example, unbelievable moment XYZ or top 10 XYZ. Those can draw viewers in and essentially help you get more views. So when it comes to descriptions, include relevant keywords, context, and call to actions in your descriptions. Never add links to your descriptions. This kills your reach. So if you're promoting something, promote it in the comment section. Don't post links on your description because the Facebook algorithm will essentially limit your reach for that. And use descriptions to support the title of the video. So descriptions should be something that is related to the title to drive home the point of what the video is about, and essentially is to provide a little bit more context to the video. So do not make long descriptions unless it's to provide context. Otherwise, keep them short, no more than 2 to 3 lines. So now let's talk about using Facebook ads for reach and views. Facebook ads is, a lot of you guys know, one of my favorite ways to grow Facebook pages. I've grown pretty much every single Facebook page that I've built using Facebook ads. And that's because I can target specifically the type of viewer that I want for my page, depending on the niche, depending on the topic, and I can experiment and get a lot of feedback fairly quick by just putting my videos in front of thousands of people in a matter of a couple of hours. That's why I love Facebook ads so much, and that's what I teach to a lot of my students who want to grow Facebook pages and they want to grow massively and get a lot of views, is how to utilize Facebook ads as a leverage tool to essentially grow and get the results that they want. So how to use Facebook ads. You identify videos with high engagement and potential through gathering quick feedback through ads. Look for metrics like high watch time, strong retention rates, and significant shares. So if you're testing a new format, let's say you want to try something new, instead of just pushing that video to your existing audience, you can push that video to a cold audience using Facebook ads. That's going to bring you a lot of feedback right away. You're going to be able to tell whether the video is getting shares, comments, the type of comments you're getting with, less than $100. You can put your video in front of 100,000 people and essentially gain that feedback and let you know whether that video is a winner, whether that format is a winner. And then based on that, you can say, okay, so people that don't know who I am really like this video. Let me go ahead and make more of these videos and just start posting those videos on my page. So you want to select videos that have performed well organically or have the potential for even greater reach with paid boosts. That's another feature, another option that Facebook ads provide, is that if you spot a winner, if you spot a top performing video, you can use Facebook ads to push that video to be seen by more people. And that could be your existing audience, your existing followers, or it could be a complete new audience that have never watched any of your content. Boost is one of those features that can help you push a video to go viral. Not every single time, but if you do it properly, they can definitely help you get an additional 10,000 views. And then from those 10,000 views, the algorithm can take over and then start pushing your video organically. So there's a misconception that if you use Facebook ads, the algorithm will start promoting your videos and your page. And essentially you will have to continue to paying Facebook to get more reach, because that's the only way you're gonna get reach. Complete and utter lie. I can tell you from experience, from data, from getting access to hundreds of Facebook pages and doing a ton of different experiments, that's a lie, is a misconception, and it's not true. Yes, Facebook wants to make money. Yes, Facebook wants you to spend money, but they don't limit your videos because you use Facebook ads. They don't cut your reach in half because you're using Facebook ads. That's not true. It's a misconception. And from what I've seen, it is a complete lie that people are making up. So if you want to use Facebook ads, you don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't need thousands of dollars per month to use on Facebook ads. You can maintain a small monthly budget to invest back on the page while tracking key metrics like cost per view, engagement metrics, and such. So what I mean by that is, if you want to spend $200 a month for, let's say $100 for followers and $100 for boosting your posts and getting more views and just doing different experiments, that's good. That's a good number, $200 a month. If you have a bigger budget and your page is making, let's say your page is making $10,000 per month, and you want to take $1,000 per month out of that to reinvest back into ads, getting more followers and boosting more of your top performing posts, you're more than welcome to do that. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. So it just depends on your budget, depends on your goals. So just be responsible and just do small experiments first, see how those perform. And then based on that, you can scale and try new things. Well, hopefully you gained some massive value from this video. And if you want to find out how you can work with me or my team, check the links in the description below, because that's where you can get all the information about what we can offer, whether you are brand new to making content on Facebook or you're an experienced content creator looking to scale and use Facebook as another monetization tool for your business. I'm pretty sure that I can help you. And so if you want to find out more about how you build an audience on Facebook and how I personally get targeted followers to build massive Facebook pages, and go ahead and watch this video right here, because I break the entire process down and I show you how to do it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.